You want to know how to make this beauty out of a paper bag? Let's get right into it. Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here. And today I want to make a paper bag junk journal. So I hope you will grab your bags and get ready with me. So before I begin, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm just recuperating from losing my voice for a few days this week. So I don't know how long I'll be able to talk while I craft, but if I feel that I can't do it anymore, I will just go in silent mode for today and maybe wait tomorrow and do voiceover. So if there's that switch happening, I will let you know. So, pardon me. So I grabbed a cute little bag I got from shopping at a certain store. And at first I was going to cut these off, and then I thought I'm going to try and work with them because technically they're already giving you a way to close the journal, and I really kind of like that. I'm just not sure how I'm going to go about it, but we'll see. So I intend on using the paper bag pretty much the way it is, but just so you know, you can easily change it up and adapt the paperback to your own needs. So, for instance, you can decide that you will cut up here and make pockets out of these because it is a bag, so you can definitely have a pocket right here. You could leave this open for another pocket. I don't think that's what I'm going to do with this one, but I might do something else. I'm just unsure for now. So my intentions here are also to have a kettle stitch signature in there. And no, I keep saying kettle stitch. That's not pamphlet stitch. Pamphlet stitch. So I just grabbed a bunch of random paper, like book pages here. Now these are paper that I think I purchased. Yes, I did. Or they came in a book and I ripped them out. Yes, I did. These are just papers I purchased. They're handmade. I really love to emboss them, which reminds me I might emboss this one. And that's pretty much it. And some coffee stained paper. This was not wide enough to fold in half, or it would only go to here. You can cheat. You can just fold a little part and this can become something else. Maybe we'll glue it to this and it'll be a pocket. It doesn't matter as long as the pages, as long as you make them fit your needs. And this is a book page. I really love how yellow it is. And there we go. So I really love this little bird. This page is beautiful. This coffee stained paper. Look at it. Isn't that sweet? Absolutely love it. And more birds. Ptarmigans. I love those. And yeah, so these will be the page we will put in our journal. And the pamphlet stitch is really easy. Now, I want to take a moment first to figure out how the outside will look before I start sewing the pages in. Because what if I need... Actually, I might have to sew them first because it could hide the sewing. And then I'll put something to hide the word on the bag. I don't think I want this word. It's a little too dark and bold. So how about we do just that? Okay, so before I begin punching holes and doing the pamphlet binding, I want to also explain something, especially this is beginner friendly, so I want the beginners to understand something. And for those of us who are not beginners, it's always nice to kind of remember those little easy lessons. So the pages are not even, and I personally find that it gives even more interest to the book. But you might prefer to have them even. That's fine. But in the case where you're working with uneven papers, the thing you have to try and figure out is the interest. So when we look at this right away, we see that there's a bigger page and different writing and a different shade. And then you also see this page here already in the back because it's longer. You know what I mean? And then this white one allows you to see this, and it still shows you also that little, the one with the bird we will get to. And do you know what I mean? As you're turning, there's interest everywhere, because I've strategically placed the papers so that you want to see what else is there. Now another thing, because we're doing the pamphlet stitch, which usually is 3 holes, one here, one in the middle, and one over here, this is a little too short and might end up with only 1 hole here. Now, it is the outside page, so the risk of it moving is minimum. But if this page was put in the middle, like maybe this one, actually, no, this one is also pretty tight with the other ones, but if it was in the middle, like this one, then you'd have the risk of always this page going this way all the time. Now, the reason that these shorter page can stay in the middle is because they are between bigger ones that will be sewn in with 3 holes. So this one with only 1 hole can still kind of move on its axis, if you will, but not as much as if it was your page in the middle. Now, if you're too worried about that, nothing prevents you from, let's say, moving this page right here to be more towards the bottom. That way, you know, you will have a hole here, the hole in the middle, and there will be nothing here, but that's fine. At least you have 2 holes, and it still shows pretty well. So let's say that's what we feel. We feel that we would much rather have 2 holes. So I will leave this page down here. That way I know it will get a hole here and one in the middle. And for the first one, which is also the same type of page, I can easily move this upwards, just like that. And now I know that there'll be a hole here and one in the middle. You know what I mean? So that way, you know that most of your page is secure because there's a hole here. There's 2 holes instead of 1. So the page won't move on its axis, meaning just on one stitch, okay? So that's the thing I wanted you to remember. So I will just clamp my page so I can make holes, and all the pages, you know, have their holes in them. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm in the crease here. I am. And I'll just find a big black clip like this, just so nothing moves while I'm trying to put the holes there. That should be enough. It's not, you know, very hard. Just want to make sure that I'm in the fold. Perfect. And I just eyeball it. So I think I will make one here, which means the other one should go right there. And another one right here in the middle. There you go. Easy peasy. And then we will take our needle and we will go right here in the middle like that. And then we'll go in the other hole. Oops, hold on. I gotta turn things around. Like this. You can make a knot right away if you want. If you don't want to risk the thread going right through and having to start again. And then we will go again. Like that. Sorry. And like this. And you can go a few times if you want. This is pretty thin thread. I usually use a lot thicker. But I don't know, I just felt like it. Why not? Just trying to find a hole, sorry. Where is it? There. I'll just go one more time. One last time in the third one here. Easy peasy. Make a little knot. Or two. This is the easiest way. Pamphlet stitch. Super. Now, of course, you can cut the thread if you don't like it, or, you know, shorten it. I like to have a little bit of thread. There you go. I like it. I'm going to leave it. So, I'm kind of knowing where I want to go. And again, I want this to be easy. There's many different bags. If I have time at the end, I'll grab another kind of bag and show you other alternatives. But I'm seeing this paper that I have embossed. And I'm liking this to cover the inside. I don't know yet what I'm going to do on the outside, but I really like this. Now, trying to... Ooh! Because, oh, I think this ends exactly where there's no more embossing. Where is my paper trimmer? Actually, let me try and tear it. I hope it will work. Because this is pretty thick and this is plastic. So everything tends to slide every which way. So let me see. I'm going to have to really press down on it. Oh, it's actually a lot easier than I expected. Now see the letters, even if we see them now, it doesn't matter to me anymore because it's very minimum and it's part of seeing the paper bag, but not seeing, you know what I mean? Oh, I like it. This has to be there now. It must. But I have another idea. So I'm thinking, well, first I'm going to have to glue this there. That's for sure. But once that's glued, or before, just want to see. If I trim the top of this layer right here, this could become a big pocket for a large piece, like, yeah, like something like that. I'm not disliking this idea, you know? Okay, so how about I'm going to trim the top, just, do you see this? Just this here first. And if I like it, we'll leave it. If not, we'll close it shut. So I'm just really trying to open it there. A letter opener would have been good. Maybe this, without cutting myself. Okay. There. So, let me see. Yeah. I'm not disliking this. Perfect. Okay. So now I will glue this part here. Just like so. And before I glue this, I will trim this one to fit. Gonna go fast and easy. Like I said, I really want to keep this simple. I really want to keep it, you know, beginner friendly. But it's also good for us that are a little more advanced to just remember the simpler ways. I think the more experience we gain, and it's not a bad thing, by the way, what I'm about to say. It's just, I think, a fact. The more agile and, you know, advanced and skilled we become of doing journals, well, the more we want to push ourselves and make very intricate, detailed journals. And that's all nice and beautiful. I mean, when I have all the energy in the world and the time to do complicated, intricate, very detailed journals, hey, why not? But does it have to be like that every time? No. Sometimes I just want to make a journal. And I don't want to have, you know, I don't want to pull my hair through the whole process. Sometimes I want to keep it simple. And this today is going to be just that. You wait and see. It's going to be fun. I like that it's a little reminder that this was a paper bag. I really like it. That's awesome. Lovely. Just going to make sure there's glue everywhere. The glue is not gluing. Or I didn't press long enough. Okay. So, and the way I intend on decorating, maybe you've noticed on my desk already, my voice is really getting tired. I'm trying to take breaks. I pause the camera and I come back, but maybe you've noticed that I've fussy cutted a whole bunch of images because I want to use those for decorating. I even thought of this beautiful for the beginning of the journal. I'm not sure. These are all from Maremi Small Art, Marta's paper books. Oh, ooh, this is also very tempting. Wow, I'm gonna have to figure things out. I fussy cutted a whole bunch of images, and I want to keep it with, you know, mushrooms, botanicals, maybe a few birds like this owl. I've also cut this one. Isn't he beautiful? So I want to go with this nature theme. I really love that. It's beautiful, but I'll make a card, I think, out of this one. So yeah, I gathered a few images, fussy cutted them, and I intend on decorating the journal with this because I want to keep it simple and still have a nice theme to it. So now I have to know in advance what I'm going to do on the cover, or at least have an idea how I'm going to close it. And do I keep this as a pocket? Now, we have a huge pocket right here. It's pretty large. It's the whole, you know, piece. I think I'm going to close this shut. And same thing with this part here, which is not the pocket. And if I decide to, trying to back up the camera, but I put it low today, so it doesn't back up much. Hold on. Okay, that's a little better. If I do decide to keep one of these, because I find that it looks like two, I might shut one like this, or like all this, and just keep, oh yeah, this is much better, look. I don't want it to be too big, but if I shut this down like this, then it's just a pocket like that. That I don't dislike at all. That's something to think about. And I know I want to hide this, so I have to find what I want to hide it with, what I want to put in the front, before I start doing anything else. Okay, so I have this fabric that I really love, and I thought maybe just a piece like this right there and nothing else. You know, I would stamp on it and make it better, but I then remember I have these. And these have a lot of interest for two reasons. First, I really love the color. It's perfect for, it's very organic. Thank you. Thank you, brain, for giving me the word I was just about to forget. Organic. Because I want to keep it in this feel with the images and the brown paper bag. And I want to keep this. And the fabric I just showed you is very organic. These are all, you know, recycled papers. This is handmade paper. You know what I mean? Then I saw this. This is also very organic. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh, come on. This is really nice. Okay, so I have this one. No, we see too much see-through. So that's a no-go. So this will be the same problem, I can see. This one is a little more like this, but I find it's very solid. You know, full. No, I still like this one. And this will be the same issue. Okay. I guess the first one was the winner. So now I'm trying to figure out, do I just want it here? Or do I want to put some here and go all around? And then maybe have him in the middle or the mushrooms. First, I'm gonna start with the side. Okay, so while I was waiting for this to dry, I thought about it, and I do want to make the frame. So also I glued the bottom here, and I glued the top except for our pocket. And here I'm still attempting to glue everything. So I shut the bottom of the bag and here because it's the folds, and I'm trying to leave just this. So I'm not going to pull on it because this is not glued well yet, but we'll have another pocket here. Okay. So the thing is I can't put it this way and this way because then it's not even, and that's going to bother me. But luckily it has a middle that's easy to spot. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So while I do this, I will fast forward because you clearly don't need to see me cut. So I will just do that, glue it, and come back. Okay, well, I think this looks gorgeous. It's still not completely dry, but I will be delicate. Now, I am torn because it's funny. I really had the intention on using him. I might. Oh, maybe I will. Oh my gosh, why is everything beautiful? And then I have these. Oh my gosh. And there's also this idea. So imagine, let's say, just like that. I'm gonna get you a tiny bit closer. So just like this, it's organic, it's beautiful. Or with a book page behind it. I mean, okay, I think I've decided with the book page. It adds more, I don't know. I like both. There's really no justification. I just love them both. So what I'm going to do, since both the front and back technically should be the same size, yeah, I will just trim this other page to be the same. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I will glue the owl on the page first and then trim the excess, but I'm also going to be able to treat this with some gesso. And the reason is I might decide to do some shadow around the owl, or I don't know, we'll see. But in any case, I want the page to be ready for whatever I decide to do, if anything. But if I don't treat the page, then it's too late. And it's the cover. So whether I do anything, with, mediums that might be more liquid or not, at least my page is protected, since, like I said, it is the front of the journal. Oh yeah, it's gonna look very pretty. Okay, so I will treat both of these with gesso. I just realized I can glue this piece that I wanted to have in the image. I can just glue it here. It came from this side, right? There. Perfect. I didn't fussy cut it for nothing. Okay. So now we'll use the clear gesso. I really like this brand. Lovely. I'm fairly certain that it's in my description box. Okay, so while this dries, just going to share a little insight. If your gesso is grainy, where it has a lot of grit, it might be very good for some project, and that's fine. I don't like it. I like mine to be very smooth, like this one. But if yours is grainy and has more grit, more sand feel to it, be careful, because if you pass many times on an image, especially also if you use digital papers, you will damage. And even this paper, which is good quality, but if you go often, the colors and the paper will start to fade away. Because think about it, it's just like sandpaper. If this is too sandy and grainy, going back and forth, it's like you're sanding down your image. So be aware of that. If yours is very grainy, maybe switch to, I don't know, Mod Podge, maybe. Mine is smooth. And your brush, don't take a brush that is like too rough. You have to have something that is really smooth, like this, and it won't damage your paper. Well, while you go like this. So I have two things working for me: very smooth brushes and very smooth gesso. Okay, so I glued my images to the front and the back of this journal. I am extremely satisfied with it. So before I continue, because this is really the build of the journal, the outside, the pockets, if you decide to add some. So remember, I glued the bottom where it would be the folds, and I made an opening here, and I glued the folds here and there because I didn't want a huge pocket. Just enough. I mean, it's big, but it's not wide like it would have been had I not glued those folds right here. Okay, and I will show you an idea of how I want to close this journal. And I'm going to show you real quick also what kind of other journal, depending on the bag that you have. So this is a bag where, it was a small bag. It was only 2 folds, and it had these, which I will use for the closing. But what if you have a regular bag? So this is a smaller version of a regular paper bag with no handles, no nothing. Then you could easily do this. So now what you would have is a trifold journal. So you could sew 2 signatures, one here, one there. It'd be really, really nice. Why not? You could also decide to cut this in half. So let's say it's cut, but we'll fold it just to pretend that it's cut. So pretend it's cut. You could glue this on here and there. So you have a pocket. Then you sew your signature, and this is your other side of your journal, right? So it's the same concept, but meaning that you just fold and decide where you're going to cut, what kind of pocket you want. I do like the idea of a trifold. I really love that. It could also be a journal that you have your signature in here, like so. And with the third flap, you can easily put another signature in here. So now your journal is page, 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 flip, page, 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 page. Okay, so it's like almost like those never-ending journal, but it's only made with one bag of paper that you folded in 3, and then you can keep flipping it this way. So I'm hoping this gives you an idea. Now, what I'm going to do with this video, so I don't keep you any longer than you have to, because this was all about the build, and I'm hoping you were inspired by the build. I think it turned out really beautiful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this in the build part, and then I will decorate, but I will do it in a faster pace. And you can watch if you need to be inspired for decorating ideas. And if not, at least you'll be able to leave and you'll know how to make this, okay? So I'm seeing this right here. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I don't want to get rid of it. I like to use it for closure. So at first I thought, maybe, and I'll show you why I'm not going to go with this idea, but I still have to show it to you. So let's say I pick okay, whatever. I thought, wow, a button. I can have these just go around the button. But then I thought, no, the button's in the way, it hides everything, and it doesn't mean that this will hold there, right? It's not an elastic, this is rigid. But I want to use them. So here's what I thought. I think I had a piece of fabric. Okay, I have this. So I'm going to take this thread. Now, I'm hoping my idea is a good one. And I'm thinking of going with the black thread for now for this part. Okay, so maybe a pinchy pinch of some sort to help me hold it, because I only have 2 hands. So I will twist it once. Is once enough? I think once is enough. Do I go like this? Hold on. There's so many possibilities. Oh, I like it this way. Okay. So I will twist it. And then I will tie this part. And make another knot. And now I don't want it to, untwist itself. So I will pass through here and there. And we'll make another knot. You could go with your needle if it's easier. Oops. Okay. I'm going to go another time right through here and through there, right underneath here. Another knot. And one more time around. Just to make sure that my twist doesn't come undone. Okay, scissors. I haven't tried this before. Leave it to me to try things right there with you. So I'm going to go do the same here. Okay, so I did the same on the other side. So that's done. And I thought something very simple. Let me get something else other than this just to show you. Okay, so I felt that this being in the front doesn't bother too much for the image. And I had a longer one, but I can't find it. But it's okay. And the way I would close it is simply by doing this. And there you go. And it's nice because, like I said, it doesn't hide the image like the button would have. And you can tie it this way. Now the ribbon is a little long, but this is just to show you. I'm not sure what I'm going to decide on. So it could be something like that. I did not think of closing it any other way because I don't want this to be just like that. And it doesn't close the journal if you go like this. Another way would be, I didn't mean another way, but another piece of fabric, another kind of fabric. Whatever fabric you feel like using. I think this is a unique way of closing the journal. And it's easy, it's beautiful. And I would want it to be in the tones of, I think I like this better. I really love this. This is nice. Okay, now, I will let you go on this, but I want to show you. So I will decorate with these items that I've fussy cut it, but I already had some, and they're all made with Marta's books. So you have this beautiful wooden tag that I made. It's beautiful. I love it. This was an ATC card, as you can see by the size, but I covered the back, and now it can become a journaling card. These are my postcards. I thought this would be very nice to make a postcard, and this will actually go right in here. And I found this that I made. Oh, this became unglued. I'm going to glue it again. I made these for Christmas. These are just bookmarks. So remember this very very long pocket that we created. I'm just going to put it in there. I just don't know if maybe I left something here. No, okay. Just going to put it in to show you. There you go. And yeah, so I think this is a really nice journal. I really love the outcome. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Now, for those of you who want to stay, like I said, I will be decorating now. I'll put it in fast forward just so you see what I do, but you don't have to go through, the whole explanation on how to do the ephemera or how to do the pockets and such, because this video was about the journal itself. So I will leave you on this. I give you a great big hug from here in Nova Scotia, Canada. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I do hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. I really appreciate it. It's very, very useful to make my channel grow. So thank you for watching. See you soon. And now let's get to the decorating part.